Hi, this is Attila16 and this is another video of my Roman campaign at Legendary, and in this case this is actually a battle with the patch 4, beta patch 4, and also another change I did was I put my camera into debug mode, which allows me to move around well, all over the place. I don't think it will change much gameplay in terms of difficulty, because anyway it doesn't change much. One of the differences is that I can go as high as I want, and I can even go below the ground, like this for example. Yeah. And the other change I did is I installed the mod Close Combat, which kinda make the battle last longer. And I haven't really tried it with the Romans, but with another campaign I found the result very nice so far. So we'll see how it goes with the Roman in this case. So that should be interesting. So I deployed my velites on the wall here to shoot down on the enemy. And I deployed my cavalry in front here because I will rush them out. And the reason for this is mostly the fact that the enemy has those small long-range weapon, which give them kind of an edge over my velites, which are much shorter range, as you might imagine. Also, what I'll do here is I will actually move my legionary closer. One thing which you might notice is that I now have a formation which is loose spacing for my legionaries. Okay, a couple of Celtic light cavalry. I will just try to avoid them for now, because my goal here is really just to destroy those scorpion over there. Now, so far in the patch 4, I did notice some nice change. The AI seem a little smarter. Which is a good thing. Also, the battles seem to be a little more organized, which is another good thing. But the change were not large enough to my taste. That's why I went to get that close combat mod, which seemed to be much more radical in terms of change, and gives you a much better result as far as I saw. But you will be able to judge about that in the rest of this episode, hopefully. Okay, here I'm disposing of those scorpions. Now the good thing is that before this patch the enemy used to just wait for the scorpion to run out of ammo before attacking. Now the nice change is that they don't seem to wait for that anymore. So that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Also, another change which is supposed to be included in this patch is the fact that the cavalry is supposed to be able to be disengaging the enemy much more easily than before, which is a good thing if that's the case. So let's see about that. They indeed seem to be disengaging, because the thing is that with cavalry you really want flexibility. Also, the performance are a little better, but I also did a lot of tweaking in my file option, my preference file, I mean. So I did tweak a little the game so that it reached a point where it's actually looking pretty good, as far as I know, or I'm satisfied with it, I should say. And it looked good and it's smooth. So. Now, of course, recording does affect a little my performance, but it's tolerable. But if we go back to the battle now, so I have the enemy has a couple of Oathsworn, which will be a challenge for my legions, because as you might remember from the last episode, I was defeated, and as some people point out, the Oathsworn were probably for a lot in that defeat. But the thing is that legendary, they receive a big boost in stats on top of that, so that makes them much deadlier than they will be at lower difficulty. Especially on attack, because usually the way difficulty increase in the game is that the enemy receive like +6 in attack, which doesn't seem a big number, but when you have a defense of 20, that becomes much more important. But while they're sieging, the velites seem to be reducing their number quite a bit. And now it seems that my cavalry was routed somewhere. I think we can see a few of them running away here. Well, they did what they were supposed to do. Now here I'm using legionaries, which is currently my weakest legion, and these will absorb the Russian, which still happen as far as I know. And then I will complete this with let's use those units of veteran legionaries, which might be much more effective at keeping the enemy all stuck around here. Now normally the battle with the mod close combat should last much longer, so it will be a much closer battle. Hopefully. I guess I should not pronounce myself yet. I seem to have a hard time burning that gate. Now the good news is I think that this fort actually has an oil deploying thing, which actually seemed to be diverting a few of those torch away from the door, which is very nice. Now one trouble I might have is that my velites are starting to be low in ammo, and I don't really have much more missile infantry around. On top of that, there's the enemy armies of reinforcements which are coming, and these will likely start sieging the door as well. Now personally, if I could, I will open the door myself, which is an option I really wish I had. Okay, now the door is burning finally. What's the big difference between those two? Yeah, okay. Veteran legionaries have a different shield, but other than that, maybe some different helmet. Yeah, they all look the same, but it's the stats which is different. Okay, one thing about the close combat mod is that normally the missile infantry accuracy is reduced, which is a good thing, because it used to be way too good. So that will be nice, because now skirmisher are not as deadly as they used to be. And with the patch 4 also the balance of unit, which might not be reflected in this battle yet, but normally the AI will produce more balanced army and less skirmisher armies, which made little sense. So I'm really looking forward to the correction of that patch happening in my Rome campaign, which might take a couple of turns because you know, this campaign has been going on since the original version of the game. Okay, well, it's a big rush in now. Oh, Celtic skirmisher might be a danger for me. I suppose I should perhaps bring my general closer to boost the morale of my troops. Now sadly the AI is still trying to rush through like a bunch of Zerg. You can see all the movement down there going on. They're just trying to break in, which is not particularly believable. Okay, let's reinforce this side. And this side as well. Now they're starting to waver. This is likely due to the fact that they might be losing quite a few men by trying to push through my legions like this. Yeah, they're starting to rout now. While on the outside they still have a lot of skirmishers which are shooting in my troops, which are very densely packed now. That might be an issue. They seem to be firing missile on my general unit, so I will put them in loose formation, which might reduce or not my loss. Now we can see that the slingers are staying outside. So that rush wasn't particularly amazing, but I guess it will reduce quite a bit their number. Now the entire enemy army is routing. They're fleeing away. So I guess it was a victory, unless there's another army which will come in reinforcements, which I don't think it's likely. So let's see. Well, that went well. But there might be some troops of the enemy remaining, I don't know. Not sure why it doesn't end right now. Perhaps I can send my velites to chase down the enemies. And how about one group of legionnaires? It might be a trap though, but that seems unlikely. I don't think there's any more enemies around. Yeah, that seemed to be a velites. That's far from enough to chase down an entire army, but I guess it's just to finish off a few of them, since I have no visual on anything else. There we go. So victory. Now let's see. Killed 2,209 and I lost 359. And you see this unit here killed 728 just by itself. So that was pretty good. And there was 2 enemy army, which means that I did reduce the number for both of them. And oh, they even had a ballista somewhere, which is very fortunate that they did not engage first in the battle, because it could have done some pretty heavy damage to my troops.
There is good in
Trade. Oh, they even offer money. Thank you. So my general ranked up, and I will give him his rank. Oops, wrong button.
We hunger for battle.
So let's do this. I will give him defense, which increase the morale when defending. And now I will increase the armor and weapon, which was developed by this Celt. So that should be beneficial to my army. I'm actually surprised that my cavalry did survive this. Alright, so I will destroy the different buildings here, or maybe not. We'll build a cohort barrack. Oh, here we have some squatter or slum, which I will destroy. Here I'm rebuilding my legion.
Ready for battle.
Here I'm just keeping this one in the region. And now I suppose that I will chase down this army to finish it off. I will keep this one here. I probably should fire the new median. I don't really need them anymore in that region. And here I will have to chase down that rebel army. It might not be rebel, but I consider them as much. No, it's not worth fighting that specific battle because my force is too strong. And the enemy probably will not last long anyway. Here there's this army which is hostile, which will likely attack my province of Cinnabum. Here I should probably recruit a couple more javeliner. I seem to be able to recruit peasant now, which might be the result of the mod. I decided to use that mob because I think it doesn't change that much to the campaign in terms of what you can recruit or that kind of stuff. So it seemed to be a pretty light mod. It only weighed like 50 something K, which is extremely light. But the change it seemed to do are pretty major. Okay, it's time to capture that place. There we go.
At your command. We hunger for
I will have to wait before going to capture the other region. Here I will hire more veteran legionaries, or actually in that region I think I will increase my cavalry, because the more you go into that region here, the more skirmisher or cavalry you'll be facing. So increasing your cavalry when you start reaching the Middle East like that is important. And here I'm building a fleet which doesn't really have any use.
Commander.
That's an ally. Okay, I'm keeping that legion there to stabilize the region. Okay, there we go. So I will just I just need to keep in mind for the next turn to eliminate the slum there, and then I will also destroy the buildings in Medland. Peace treaty. No, I'm at war with you. Before doing peace, I will need to finish the conquest of it. And the thing is that I think the south of Egypt is important to conquer because it's a region where it's unlikely that you will ever get attacked. So it's a kind of region which can hold very simply without having much troop, or once you have it for good. So it's a place where you should say why not. And it's easy picking. it's really rare that it's under the rule of any powerful faction. Although this army here seems pretty strong.
We hunger.
So I will attack this place. Now the balance of power is pretty much in their favor, but that's because there's 3 armies. Which doesn't impress my Roman legionaries, hopefully. And this will also allow us to see the change with the mod and the patch in terms of sieging. Because I think in that patch the AI seem a little better, but are still just standing around, I think. So we'll see about that. So deploying my legion in front, my veteran on the back, and my elite in the far back. I put my cavalry nearby, which I don't necessarily plan to use into a city fight, and my velites will ultimately take the lead to rain javelin on the enemy. So here we go, rushing in.
We shall take this place from the enemy. When we do, take what you will, for your good efforts here will be rewarded with loot, slaves.
Okay, that's strange. Okay, there we go. So I will put flaming javelin. As far as I can tell, they have a tendency to rout the enemy faster. And also against heavier troops, it seems better at killing them. That's my understanding of flaming javelin. But they are less accurate. So we'll see about that. That's quite a few spearmen. It seems that there's a lot of skirmisher around here. So I will simply advance using my javeliner for now. Oh yeah, the shield are supposed to be stronger now, I think. Slingers will be a pain. Okay, so I will advance with some of my legionnaires. The goal here will be to kill as many spearmen as possible so we can advance. I might actually engage over here as well. I will just move my equity closer so that if I need to intervene for any enemy reinforcements around the place, which might come from there, I will be able to do so. So my legionnaires now engage those spearmen. And that will be a long fight, I think. Fortunately, my legionnaires are using sword, which is good against spear. I'm fighting on this side as well because I want to get to those skirmisher over there, which can be a danger to my troops. As you can see, normally prior to the patch and this mod, the enemy probably will have routed already. But now they are fighting. I think I will move my Praetorian into the fight to speed things up. There's a couple of troops there as well. I think I will have to engage them, because if the fight lasts too long here, it might make me lose by time, as you might remember. Okay, let's order my Praetorian to move in there. While with my velites, I will order them to prioritize killing the enemy general. Okay, and here with that group of legionnaire, I will try to move around tactically. So moving around that group of spearmen. And now that I did so, I will try to go behind them, which will make them more likely to waver. As you can see here. So it's a small move, small tactic. Alright, so here it's time to engage as well. Now you can see that a good mix of the mod and the patch allows me to now actually use tactic to advance in that town, which totally wasn't the case before. So it's an interesting change. Okay, on that side, I guess I will send more reinforcements, which I will try to use to flank around there. And here those spearmen are still fighting my legionnaires. Okay, on that side they broke. I will send one legion to chase down the skirmisher over there. And with the other one I will try to engage in the flank those force here. Actually I sent 2 legions. Or cohort. So I will now oh, there's more troops over there. So I will use this group here and I will flank around and attack them in the flank or in the back, depending how far I manage to go. There's still all those skirmishers over there, which can be a danger to my troops. Okay, attacking in the flank. There we go. While here, those skirmishers seem to have been defeated. I will move this group of legionnaires in. I will support them with my cavalry, which I can bring as reinforcements fairly quickly. As soon as this group of skirmisher will be defeated, I will be able to redeploy that group here and attack the objective. There's also enemy reinforcements which are coming, which might prove to be a little dangerous to me. Now also what I need to consider right now is the fact that my troops are starting to be a little tired, so I will need to be careful about that. Here with my cavalry I might actually send them to intercept the enemy reinforcements. While the fight here seemed to be turning in my favor. The enemy seemed tired. And my troops here finally broke the enemy line. So I will move in there. Well, here I will engage some spearmen. With my cavalry I will, well, first of all scout what's around here, because there seem to be a lot of reinforcements. Well, here I still need to push in with my troops. Unfortunately, many of the enemy units seem to be routed for good. So I will assign those 2 legions to engage there. While with my Praetorian, I will engage over here. Here I will, I'm kind of forced to ignore the reinforcements because they are spearmen, and my cavalry doesn't like spearmen. So here my legions are fighting their way through. There's that group which is coming in reinforcements. There we go.
Ready for orders. Advance at speed.
Okay, I will redeploy my velites so that they can support my troops into taking the town center. Now, sadly, a few of their spearmen noticed my obvious cavalry over there and engaged them, so I will disengage my cavalry. You should never leave cavalry into a static fight. That's not what they are made for. I probably should have attacked with them, but attacking spearmen is usually not a good idea. Okay, now with my legions, I will move in there. I'll try to take those troops into a sandwich, essentially. I know that's not the proper military calling for the strategy, but it's such a good description, sandwich. I can see a large amount of troops here which are routed and fleeing. And there we go for that. Now let's charge in there. Okay, I think... Now let's see how in good shape my troops are. They seem okay here. Here they seem very tired, which means it might not have been a good idea to engage these specific legions in. And here my cavalry is still fighting in, but they're still surviving, so it's pretty good cavalry, I guess. Okay, these are swordsmen. And now everybody is fleeing. Well, I guess my general can now enter the town victoriously. So that was... I think that was all of them. I can see here that there was a pretty intense fight, but I did not lose that many legionnaires. When you look at it, there's very little red shield around the place. So the legionnaires are still very powerful. And I guess that's a little what's interesting about this mod, is I think it doesn't necessarily change the stats of the units. So that's why it's still the same units, it's just that it managed the whole thing differently or something. I'm not sure. And also the enemy here were not particularly well armored. So I think that was a pretty good battle so far. I think it was much better than what we saw previously. It doesn't necessarily change the result in terms of difficulty, I guess, but at least this is a much more believable battle. Okay, well, let's say defensive position. You never know if there's more reinforcements which will coming in. And there we go, victory. So that was a very nice battle. I killed 4,864 and I lost 216. But I think this result is more the fact that the stats are still the same. It's just that, as you can see, the resulting battles is much more satisfying. That's much more what it should be. So, capturing the settlement. There we go. And now we'll destroy everything they built. And I will shape it to what I need, which means stability. The thing is that what you need to achieve in your empire, especially as you expand into a larger empire, is that you need to put stability. And it's much more important than having good troops, for example. Oh wait, maybe not that. I want public order. There we go. Now there's some Egyptian rebel over here. I guess this legion will have to take care of that. Assuming the rebel don't escape too far. Okay, that's good. They're still in range. On the other hand, there's an enemy army which is right there. I will have to defeat them, but defeating them into an open field doesn't seem a particularly wise decision at the moment. Although if I was to attack them right now, they will be into an ambush. But I'm not sure with the number of troops I have that it will make much difference. Of course, these are Numidian type of units. But just with the number, they have too many skirmishers still. So I will just pull back here, and I will defend this town. Which, does it have any... Okay, I do have some levies and rorari in the town, which will make it much easier for me to defend and will give me additional troops on the field. Okay, here I'm simply... I will increase the ability of my army. There we go. Here I can also do that. And now let's check what I can do with my different legions around the base. So here I will be able to move all the way. No, that's way too far. I think what I'll do is I will go into this province here to just ensure that nobody attack that town. So that's a good thing. Here the people are a little unhappy, and it's because of the slums. Actually, here I think I will cancel perhaps building this. Because here I do have Legion, which can ensure public... well, the suppression of any rebellion. While here I need to get rid of those slums. And I also need to build something here. There, a farm, so that there won't be any more slums here. And here I will actually destroy the barbarian buildings. Now in this region I'm just holding for now. And here I have a legion which I plan to land into England, essentially. I don't know why they went back on land though. That's kinda unexpected. We hunger for battle. Now there's this Averni group which is continuously evading me. This is kinda annoying. At your command. Well, here I could actually move and capture that town there. We take this settlement for Rome. So I will just capture this quickly. I will not do the battle, this is just a garrison battle. It's not worth fighting. Commander. I took the town. But now we'll simply come back all the way here. Because I think this town is much more important. Well, here I will destroy all the buildings. It's possible that the enemy will capture it back because there's no garrison in there. So it's a kind of situation of, oh look, I just took it, just to annoy you. But beyond that, I don't plan to keep it for now. I will probably just capture it back very soon. At your command. Well, here I still have to stabilize this region, although the happiness seems to be increasing. Yeah, it's back to an acceptable level. So that means that now this legion is free to go help me elsewhere. So I will move toward the east. Here I guess I'm just camping there, still. It is an honor to serve Rome. And I think this is it. There's nothing else to do for now. Ending the turn. And okay, what's this? Okay, that's a big army. I don't think I'll be able to win this if I was to do it, so I won't do it. But I will do an aggressive stance. What's interesting about garrison and aggressive stance is that when you know that you will lose your garrison, by doing aggressive stance you potentially increase the amount of damage you'll do on the enemy. And what's interesting about that is that since the AI like to expand non-stop, ultimately all the loss that they will suffer from your aggressive stance will pay off because their army will get weaker. So that's an interesting thing. Non-aggression pact, sure, why not? Triumph, sure, why? Because I lost an army? Wow, so much stuff going on. Okay, here, let's build this province, shape it to be happy. Okay, there we go. So the Averny took back one of my province. So I will have to move and take care of that. While here I will move to start invading England, which seems very, very hostile at the moment. And here I'm not sure what I'll do with that legion yet. What's surprising here is that these troops did not attack my settlement that I just captured here, so I will shape it to my liking. And actually I will just engage those enemies which are suffering from attrition at the moment. So that's a good thing, and on top of that, since they are in fast movement, they seem to be a little exposed to me ambushing them. So that means that I'm able to wipe them out fairly easily now, just with the battle, which is totally in my favor. Okay, so that's done for that. Now it's just a matter to attack this town, which I'll do next turn, I believe. I think Massilia lost that province for a short while. But I might have hallucinated that. I will have to check the replay.
At your command.
Okay, while here,
We hunger for battle.
I suppose that I should keep expanding. Although there's this army which is right here, which can pose a problem.
Commander.
But they are currently into a fortification, so that might just give me the opportunity to build up a legion here. Oh, there's some Egyptian rebel there. I might have to go get rid of them first.
To victory.
Don't tell me. Ah, good. I can simply eliminate them pretty quickly.
Waiting for more orders.
There we go.
At your
And now let's recruit. Well, first of all, let's increase the rank of my general. And then I will recruit veteran legionnaires. Now, because I moved my troop all the way to Alexandria, it's possible that that army here will try to attack Memphis, which I might lose. That's possible. But it doesn't. I don't really feel like it's particularly important to keep it. Although now I have the confirmation that I will not lose it, because I can move this army, which I brought in fast movement, and deploy them into the town, which allows me to keep it with certainty. Okay, well here I'm chasing a couple of barbarian armies in there.
ready for battle.
And they are really doing a great job at dodging my armies.
For death and honor.
Perhaps I should put my armies in ambush mode. That could be practical to get rid of them.
Commander.
So this army here is still being rebuilt. So I will give them cavalry, as well as a couple more skirmisher, 4 units, and a couple of regular legionaries, like this. And now there was a region where I had... yeah, okay, that's here. So I will build stuff for happiness once again, so temples. This will also ensure that the culture become Roman or Latin, I should say. Now these are really a problem for me right now because I don't really have any legions around here. And they will also likely attack Tolosa. And if I lose Tolosa, what can happen is that Massalia will actually capture it back from them. And that means that my ally will have one of my town, which is not particularly interesting. Or they might actually attack over there. So I only have 2 legion. I have 3 enemy armies to take care of. So that might be a little of a wild chase there. But as soon as this legion here will be ready, I guess I will send them and support my campaign goal. Okay, I do have 1 legion which has a tradition in Africa. Oh, actually, it's not in Africa. What's interesting is that this is a legion which comes from Africa, and it's no longer in Africa. So it just shows you how much my legion are walking around. And you can see also on the map here, now the map disappeared, but there's literally a line of my legion which are appearing. Just illustrating you the front which is being created by my campaign. Also, one thing which is nice about that patch 4 is that the ending turn seemed to be a little faster. It's still kind of long, but it's much better than it used to be. Even in the late turns. Okay, good.
Ready for battle.
Now I can ambush that army and defeat it for good. There we go. So that took care of that. Now what's interesting about defeating all the armies around here is that now I can expand south without having to expect attack in my back. So here I will move all the way to that town over there. Because there's an enemy armies there. Well, my problem right now is that they do have my troops are in a fast movement stance, which might expose them to being ambushed. But I think with the Romans and against those Numidian, it might not be that much of an issue. Although I probably should not expect too much from that, because there's quite a negative impact to be attacked while in an ambush. That should be the end of that faction here. Yes, it was destroyed. Now I will destroy the component of that town. Okay, where did everybody run? Okay, well, the good news is that the Gauls decided, or the Averni decided to go to Nemosos, and the reason why it's a good thing is that it's a little further from Massalia.
Ready for battle.
Okay, well, here, yeah, this is kind of a very annoying situation because it's really all about chasing down those barbarians around the place. So I will try to simply intercept those Averni. I guess here I will put that legion into the town, which will give it a good position to defend. Okay, these are neutral, so that's good. How many turn? 2 more turns and that legion will be restored to its former glory before it got completely exterminated.
At your command.
And now let's see, this legion still have movement, but I don't really have anywhere to go at the moment, so... Or maybe, depending, no, okay, I need to impose a public order here. Now I do have some money, but I don't necessarily have any reason to spend it right now, so I'll just keep it. Anyway, I will likely have to build another legion here. But I'll wait for that, or maybe not. Okay, minimum thing, 4 units of cavalry, 1 unit of Praetorian, 4 units of veteran legionaries, and I'm broke, so I will just keep that. Ending turn. Okay, that legion is now on the land, which I totally forgot about, or I did not see in my list of legion, which still had some movement, but it's a good thing that it's on the land now, because if it's attack, I won't lose them in ships. Okay, will I be attacked? Nope, they actually moved away with their fleet, which will make the attack of that town much easier normally. Well, that guy seemed to have a good intelligence. And now let's attack that town. That seemed pretty well defended, a lot of swordsmen. So that will be challenging. There's also a garrison which has Celtic warriors, and that will be the next episode, so I'll see you there.